Merry birthday. Hold on, I gotta like clean this. Fucky. Does that look? I don't even know. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back. It's gonna be my birthday in 5 minutes. Woohoo! I'm 51. I'm an old bloke, don't you know? With a sore back, don't you know? Although it's much better now. So, there is that. Let me get on here and check out the comments, see who's here. It is late. It is later than normal that I'm doing this, which I suppose is fine. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and hang out with you guys for a bit, see what's going on, and go from there. So, you can even, if I move you this way, move you down a bit, you can see Lola. Lola doing Lola things, kinda. Lola! Hey. See, there she is. It's a Lola. Generation Productions. Yes, you're the first to wish me a happy birthday too, Dan. Because you're in Australia, you're in the future. So the first message I got today on Facebook was yours saying happy birthday, which it wasn't quite my birthday yet. So, but I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. See what kind of trouble we can get into. I don't know how many people are going to show up because it's honestly, it's going to be midnight here. So in the UK, it's like 5 a.m. Anyhow. What do you guys want to talk about? Let me turn up the brightness here. Hold on a second. There we go. That's better, for me at least. Oh, well, we can talk some Trek. I mean, I talk Trek all the fucking time, but sure. I have no problem talking Trek. Necessarily. Hold on, I gotta turn on the fucking thing. There we go. Just like that. Oh. The lovely Sherry is here. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. Glad you could make it. Oh, I guess if I move from the chair, you can see Precious too. You can see both the pugs. Both the puggies. Let's wait for some people to come in. We'll see who shows up. The people on California time can be coming in fine, but I think the UK is, any of my UK viewers are out. Even at 10 p.m. when I do these, some of those will come in. I don't know how long I'm going to do, maybe just an hour or so, but the lovely Sherry, what are you, 48? Close. I'm 51. I'm going to be 51 in 2 minutes. Michael Morissette. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. So yeah, what do you guys want to talk about, chat about, whatever about? I want to know. I want to hear what you guys have going on. Okay, you look great. Thank you. I know I do. I'm just kidding. I don't think I look 51, that's for sure. But yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, what would happen if a starship went to warp in an atmosphere of a planet? Some thought it would be like a subsonic jet effect, but others say going to warp on a planet would cause a natural disaster. Hard to say. Probably depends how high in the atmosphere you are. I mean, the bird of prey in Star Trek 4 went to warp in the atmosphere. So, I honestly don't know. That's a question for a physicist, and I'm not that. So, it's a very good question, though. I think it would depend on the density of the air and stuff, and how big the warp bubble was. It would cause some problems, I think, weather-wise. But yeah, in Star Trek 4, they get the whales, and then they're still in the atmosphere. You see them, and they don't think they thought about it. It's probably not the best idea to do. I mean, fuck, you're not even supposed to go into warp in a solar system. So, but they do that all the time too, until they don't, when they say they can't or they shouldn't. It's against the rules. I mean, they can, but yeah. Michael Morissette, still haven't got my invite for the Wand Company tricorder yet. Chomping at the bit to put my order for one. Yeah, I got mine 2 weeks ago now. I've already put up my video, my overview of it. It's pretty great. I ordered it on a Monday. They sent an email to everybody saying that they'll be sending out invitation emails later that day. And I kept checking, finally got one, clicked it, ordered it, no problem. Went back later to check if I could use the link again if I needed to, and it said unavailable. And then I thought, like, a few days later, I tried it again, boom, and it said this item is not available in to ship to your location. So I don't know, because I already had one shipped if that was the case. Anyway, regardless, I ordered it on Monday, got it on a Friday. So I hope you get one, Michael. That is fucking shitty that you can't get one. And I feel so bad for everybody. I was in the same boat. Like, I wanted one. I wanted a review copy to kind of get the word out there early. They said they can't do that. I'm like, that's fine. That's totally understandable. But then I wasn't getting an invitation. All these people were starting to post on the Facebook group like, oh, I got my tricorder. And it's like, each time it was a stab to the heart. I was like, for fuck's sakes, I just want to get this tricorder, get it ordered so I don't have to worry about it, because I have anxiety about it. So seeing those posts, I kind of skimmed over them. I didn't watch any videos on it or anything prior to that. I couldn't bring myself to do it because it was just hurting my feelings. So I really feel bad for you, my friend. I hope you get it soon, because just keep an eye on your inbox. If you have email notifications on, so when you get notified, so when you get an email, you get a notification. That's probably the best way to go. Or just keep checking every like hour, and as soon as you see it, click it and order it and get it done. I had to I clicked it, put it in the cart, checked out right away because I didn't want them to be gone. So I have faith that the Wand Company will actually make sure that everybody gets one that wants one. I just think that they went about it in a really fucking stupid way, a really shitty way, if I'm honest. And they should feel ashamed for that, because they have a hit on their hands and they're kind of dropping the ball with it. So, all right. Saw your review, terrific, thank you. I watched that review back and it's like kind of low energy, and I'm like, it could have been so much better. I could have pepped it up. I could have added more like cool stuff. But like I said, I filmed it over the course of a few days, so it's a little disjointed, I guess, in spots. But I tried to cover everything because I just basically made a video that I would want to watch if I was going to get a tricorder, right? So thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Hold on just 1 second here. That'll do. All right. The lovely Sherry. Okay, it's officially your birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Captain. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, guys. And you're all here, all 10 of you. There be whales here, indeed. Hey, Stern Von, good morning, Captain. It's midnight, man. The fuck you talking about? General Grievous. Bonjour, mon capitaine. Hello. Dan says, with the advancement of mobile phones and apps, we have a communicator and tricorder in one device. Why did Starfleet have two different devices when putting it in one would have worked? Very simple. Well, there's two simple answers. The real simple answer is because it was the 60s and they didn't envision that. But for Starfleet, the range on a communicator is like, I can't even remember now, 10,000 kilometers or something ridiculous. They could definitely put it in the tricorder body, but that would be a very large thing to carry around. Communicators can be concealed. You don't always need a tricorder. They couldn't put all of the tricorder components into a communicator necessarily, so it was just a size thing, I would guess. And plus, if you're taking scientific readings of a planet, and not everybody has a tricorder, only the science officer does generally. So if you're taking scientific readings of a planet and one of you gets captured, like one of the security officers, because they always do or they die, they only have communicators on them. So the enemy technically wouldn't be able to know what you had scanned. There's a lot of reasons to break it up like that. So, hey, Palrock, happy birthday, Captain. Hi from my wife and I. She said thanks for her birthday wishes. Live long and prosper, guys. Haven't seen you guys in a long time. Miss you. Love you. Anyway, so yeah, good to see you guys. We'll have to get together at some point, but thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Curtis is here. Happy birthday. Thank you, Curtis. General Grievous, everyone make sure you spank that like button like a sus hologram cork sold. Spank it 51 times. It's an odd number, so yeah, that should work out, I guess. I don't know. Don't hurt it or nothing. Chris Gwillem, happy birthday. Thank you, General Grievous. Congrats, Cap, on what? Having a birthday? And Dan says, okay, cool. Yeah, there's lots of different reasons that they would do that, especially considering it's future technology. Just because we can fit things like that into our phone now doesn't necessarily make it a fucking tricorder. Like, you can't scan things and stuff. So who knows what technology they have. I mean, you look at TOS tricorders, they're pretty big and bulky. And then you go to like the motion picture and Star Trek 3, Star Trek 2, they're a little bit smaller, more compact. And you go to Next Generation, they're even smaller still. So they're scaling down the technology that's inside the scanners and stuff as much as they can. So, and then of course by the 32nd century with Discovery, the tricorder, the communicator, the transporter, it's all in the comm badge, just showing that reduction of size for technology. So it all actually makes sense when you think about it. Michael says, I think the Moray pattern in the tricorder means that there is some form of the communicator inside of the tricorder. No, the Moray is just there to make it look futuristic. Looks like it's scanning and it's doing something. But yes, technically it is, you can record things on it, audio, visual, whatever. So yeah, there's probably some function that you could use it as a short range communicator. I don't know if it would have the same distance as the actual communicator, because the communicator, when you flip that up, that antenna grid is an antenna grid. Like, the whole thing is an antenna. So, I mean, you could have one of those mounted inside the tricorder, but with the other scanning apparatuses in there, they could interfere with that, and you might not get as far a range signal with a tricorder communicator. So that's kind of the logic that I think that I'd apply to it anyway. Klumberg, happy birthday. Thank you so much. And says, I missed that Discovery episode. 23rd Century Comm Badge episode. Also, didn't Section 31 have one too? No, Section 31 didn't have one at all. They just had a black fucking badge. And it wasn't just one episode that talked about that. It was the whole, ever since they got to the future, the 32nd century in Discovery, everything was included just in the little communicator or the comm badge. So I guess it wouldn't be a comm badge, then it'd be an everything badge. Everything badge. Yeah. Yeah, and the tricorder functionality of that you can control with your mind, I think, because it shoots out a little holographic display in front of you of the tricorder readings. And when you beam, you like double tap it and you beam wherever you're supposed to go without telling it where you want it to go. So I don't know if it's got a neural link in it or whatever, but that's kind of the vibe that you get from it. It's Discovery. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Curtis, I always love to have the tricorder, but just don't have the money for it. Fair enough. They are pretty pricey. It was like $612 Canadian after shipping. But I mean, one company announced it 5 years ago. They didn't really up the price over the years that they were developing it. So that's good. And they maybe could have because of the stuff that's in it. But that being said, if you watch my review, having sat with it for a little while, it kind of loses its luster a little bit. I could go get it. Actually, I'm just going to go get it. Hold on. I'll be right back. nobody moved. You're such good dogs. Oh, I'm so sore. So I don't know if you guys have known, but my back, I had a herniated disc in my back. So for the past 4 weeks, it's been utter fucking hell. Last few days, it's got a lot better. But here's a tricorder. Power it on. Get a little delta. There you go. Let's check the ship status. So if you hit this button, you get status. Oh, that's the wrong button because it's backwards for me. And I hit this button. So tricorder status. You get the battery power, the memory core, start date. So today's start date is 2505.28. 2025 May 28th, my birthday. And then you hit it again, you get ship status, which is showing optimal, all critical systems are good, lithium crystals, shields, and hull. But if you randomly check this throughout the day, sometimes you get like alerts like imminent warp core breach, or tribbles have infested the Enterprise, or the Daystrom computer has gained control of the Enterprise, or the bowling lanes need waxing, stuff like that. So it's kind of fun. Then you get prop mode, where it's got the gray screen, which it's really blown out on camera. So to turn down the brightness, you just hold that down, it goes down. You hit this button, changes the lights to the red, green, and blue. Hit it again, and it's got multicolored lights going on, or just all blue. And then you hit the middle button, and you get the sound. And here, open this up. Got the Moye effect. Moye. And yeah, for me, I like holding it like this, like just straight up like that, because it feels like such a unit. In a unit, you could do whatever. But yeah, some really fun things with this, for sure. And again, I don't want to make anybody upset that hasn't had a chance to get theirs, because actually, while we're broadcasting, I'm going to try something. I'm going to go to engineering and check not engineering, radiation, and check the radiation. So there's not really an EM field being created by my live broadcast at all. But anyway, yeah, that's the tricorder. So if you have any questions about it later or whatever, it's here. TOS tricorder from the show Double in the Dark. Could scan the Horda's location in a 100-mile perimeter. Yeah. That's very nice. Spock always held his unit wrong. He did and he didn't. I know why he does that, or he did that now. Because first of all, it's over the shoulder like this. And he always wanted to show off the flashy side, right? So that side's out. And then when you put it over your shoulders like this, it's facing this way towards the camera, all the detail. On the back, there's just that, right? So when you do this, like this, it makes sense to read it like that. But they didn't make an option just to turn the screen, which they should have. I think they really missed a trick with that one. But yeah, the reason he does it is to show off all the fanciness to the camera, right? I always thought it was stupid the way he held it. I absolutely hated it. I'll put it in prop mode, so it's like he had it. Turn up that brightness. I like it bright. It just doesn't show up well on camera. Yeah, personally, I probably would have done that. Like, that makes more sense. But again, they missed a trick, and this screen doesn't rotate to show it properly this way. So he could have held it like this, right? Which is what he did. Or he could do this to have it the right way, but then it twists around your neck and looks incredibly fucking stupid. So the only way you can do it like this is to take it off of your neck, which a lot of people did. A lot of people just took it off and held it properly, like Sulu, Scotty. They've all done it. Some people even have held it like this on the show. So yeah, that's why. It always annoyed me that Nimoy did that, but he did it for a reason. And now I can really see why. Because, yeah, if you just turn it the correct way, it twists the straps funny and looks kind of stupid. So Michael says, currently the store is out of stock, but store replenishing these about every 2 weeks or so. Price 115 USD plus taxes. 115? Is that right? 115 US dollars for the tricorder? That's fucking cheap. If you're getting it for that, that's fucking awesome. So you're in the US, I assume, so which means it has to go through the Amazon or the US Amazon site. Apparently, I saw today that you can add it to your basket, and when it becomes available, they'll let you know. So I'd probably advise doing that. But yeah, yeah, it's got lots of really cool features and stuff. And I feel bad like showing it off on here because you can't get one. And it's got some really cool functionality to it. You got like, you can check the weather, you can check EM fields, you got a whole bunch of cool stuff on here. Like I said, it's all in my review of it, so go check that out. Let's see, atmospheric temperature 23.9 Celsius, relative humidity 53.1, and then you got the barometric pressure there as well. But yeah, it's fun. But like I said, for the price, the novelty I find wears off. The thing that keeps it more interesting and engaging is the fact that you can oh, the signal just went to shit. Is the fact that you can check the ship's status and see the different updates that they do for it. So, do they make a TNG version? They do not. They do not. Sorry, the signal kind of went to shit there for a second. It's still not super great, so I apologize. Don't know why that is. It seems to be clearing up now. But no, they do not make a TNG version. They are completing their TOS set because they had the universal remote wand company phaser, which could control your TV, which is an exact prop replica. Then they made the communicator, exact prop replica again, with extra features, and that was a Bluetooth device. You could link it to your phone, keep your phone in your pocket, and use it as a telephone, just like a communicator. It worked beautifully. The sound is good on both ends, like sending and receiving. And I use it at conventions. When I go to conventions, I keep my phone in my pocket, have it Bluetooth to the communicator. I have the communicator like in my front pocket or something, generally. And then if I need to take a call or make a call, you just pull it out, flip it open, tell Siri dial so and so, it'll call them. Or if they have an incoming call, it beeps like a communicator beep, and you flip it open and answer the call. So it's really cool. And they were just completing their TOS set with this tricorder. So yeah, I don't know if they'll ever do TNG ones. I'm not quite sure. I would hope that they would at some point, maybe, but as of right now, there's definitely no plans for that. TOS tricorder from the show. Okay. Read my previous post before that comment, Captain. The TOS tricorder from the show Double in the Dark could scan the Horta location in a 100-mile perimeter. Does that have to do with the pricing? Generation Productions, human, perhaps. The scan of the tricorder interfered with the stream band. Fascinating. It did, because I had the EM thing scanning at the time. So Oh, I didn't. I had the weather up. Huh. Weird. Anyway, I don't know. Brian Donaldson, happy birthday, Captain. Thank you so much. Michael Marset, very high quality Star Trek TOS tricorder model, near prop replica quality. Happy birthday. Truly the best of times. Message Spock? None that I'm conscious of, except, of course, happy birthday. So yeah, it's also got the bottom slot here, which has got like a honeycomb pattern back there. I took out my dividers. There's three dividers. One's solid, and then there's two that have scoops in them for a scanner, which they don't have yet. I just keep my charging cable in there currently. So, which I don't really need to do because I've got USB cables, USB-C cables all over the house, but got that in there for right now. There's a nice Easter egg too that I didn't show in my overview, but if you take off the back with the screw, there's a little thing in here that says property of Starfleet. If found, please return to the nearest Starfleet outpost or whatever. And then if you get further into a dismantle, because somebody online on YouTube has dismantled one of these so that we don't have to, so we can see how it works inside. And if you take off, there's a really hidden Easter egg under here. So if you take off this inner panel and like move a few things, there's a little science, the little science swirl symbol on the bottom inside, which no one would see unless they take it apart. But yeah. Go back a little further. Okay, where's that? I think the Mari pattern in the tricorder means that there is some form of communicator inside the tricorder. That doesn't have anything to do with the price either. Still haven't gotten an invite from one company yet. Chomping at the bit in my order for one. I can't see anything unless it's filtering my messages. Let me just see. Go to all messages. Did that? Chat. All messages. I can't see what post you're talking about. Generation Productions. Also fascinating is that even something built in the 60s is still, it still looks something like military science medical would use today. Yeah, they're very forward thinking. Ming, what's his name? Ming Chang? Ming Cha? I forget who designed it. But yeah. Michael Morissette says, so I'm 62 now. How old are you now? I am 51. I just turned 51 a couple minutes ago. Yep. How's the back? Good question. I talked about it earlier. It's much better. I can move around a lot easier. I still got the odd twinge here and there, especially if I pick something up. Like on the weekend, my kids, my son Thomas and my son Christian, were helping me clean out the shed. They were doing all the work. And I was standing there, you know, directing traffic. And my son Thomas, he had the old floor mats from my Camaro in his hand, like the Chevy ones, the Heartbeat of America, whatever that I had. And I'm like, give me those for a second. I want to look at them. He handed them to me and I grabbed them, and all of a sudden it's like this shooting pain in my back just from grabbing like fucking floor mats for a car, because they're rubber and they're pretty heavy. Just twinged my back. So I get the occasional twinge here and there, but I feel infinitely better. I can get up and move. I can stand. I can sit. There's the odd pain here and there, but it's more like a tightness now because I'm taking back medication as well as some CBD gummies, and the CBD I think is really helping a lot. So I still know there's a problem. In the morning when I wake up, it's brutally sore because I haven't been moving while I'm sleeping. So yeah, it's getting better. It is getting better. I'm on like week 3.5 now, coming up on week 4 at the end of this week of having this. So it's a real massive pain in the ass, or pain in the back, as it were. So yeah, that's where I stand with that. It doesn't feel like a 51-year-old back for sure. But anyway, it's getting better. So thank you for asking. Peter Lukaku, happy birthday, Cap. Are Sam and you going to do a drunk yard? It's always a good time. Yes, we are. We're not sure when, though. It won't be this upcoming weekend because it's my birthday weekend, and I got things going on every day. And then Sam's birthday's on June 7th. So Sam's birthday's coming up too. So we might do a combined drunk yards. We might do separate ones. I'm not quite sure how we're working it yet. But yeah, that's where we sit with that. General Grievous, I turned 33 on the 14th. I feel old now. LOL. I never have felt old. Even with the little aches and pains I get, I still feel like I'm in high school. I still feel like my brain says I'm young. So, and all these people are like, oh, now that you're 50, now that you're 50, and all my friends are like the same age or even like a couple years younger or like 2 or 3 years older are like, oh, I'm so old. I had to go to the doctor and get this, like that. And I, da, 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 da. I'm like, for fuck's sakes, just stop telling me that I'm old. Stop talking about being old because it's a mindset. If you think you're old, then you're fucking old. If you don't think you're old, you're pretty good to go. So just stop saying that you're fucking old and telling me that I'm old and talking about how old you are when you're 2 years younger than me. Shut the fuck up. Just act like there's nothing wrong. Act like we did in our 30s. Shut up. I don't want to be reminded every 5 minutes that, oh, you're 50 now. You know? It's... Michael Morissette, Striped Cat Craftworks on Etsy for that $115 static 3D print. Oh, very higher and tricorder model prop replica. Yes, I think I've seen that one. And great to learn that you were on the mend. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say it couldn't get any worse. It probably could. I don't know. I've always had an issue with my lower back. Like after I cut the grass, sometimes it hurts in the exact same spot. It's kind of right where my belt sits as well. So I haven't been able to wear a belt for like 3 weeks. So I've got like either like pajama shorts or I have outdoor shorts that have like the string in it, but I can't tie them up. So they're kind of slipping down over my fat ass gut. So it's just, I've had it since my accident that I had in a pickup truck when I was like 27 or something like that. So it's always kind of been an issue. I just don't want it to get worse or get something that's all the time. A lot of times when I get up and I kind of have to walk like kind of hunched over a little bit like an old man, you know, just without the cane. And I fucking hate it. And then after I'm up for like 20 seconds, I can like stand up straight and then it's good. And I can walk around. I can't really bend at the waist. I can't do other things. So I have a few issues still, but overall it's a good 80% better than it was. So I'm thankful. General Grievous, 50 is the new 30. You are correct, sir. Michael Morissette, I'm 62 and my wife still says I act like a teenager most times, except for in bed. I wish I had my sexual, you probably don't hear this. I wish I had my sexual stamina that I had when I was 21, 22. Now, don't get me wrong, me and the wife still do like sessions and all that, but it's just, it's not as easy now to get in the mood or like stay in the mood as long. And I wish that wasn't the case. Like I could have sex 3 or 4 times in a row back then. And not so much anymore. So anyway, TMI, but that's why you come here. Generation Productions, Leonard McCoy, you okay, Stuart? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? I do not understand the question, Mother. Young. I feel young. Yeah. Mark Lawrence. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Glad you're here. $5. Happy birthday, Boris. Sell the game, eat the cake. Got to admit, I don't understand the reference, which makes me feel stupid. I'm going to have a vape. I don't care. It's my birthday. General Grievous, welcome to Trekyards After Dark, everyone. This isn't Trekyards. This is the Captain Foley personal channel. I can do what I want, say what I want. And yeah, most of my lives this time of night or at night are no filter. I've only had like 10 people. It's a bad time to go live. Although I thought the people on the East Coast or the West Coast, sorry, would be, it's good for you guys, right? Like it's 11, 10, what, 9:30? Get in here. What's the matter for you? Although I do got a lot of UK people that come into these lives, but it's 5 a.m. over there. So, Peter the Caco, I agree with what you're saying about age. If you worry about it too much, so will your body. That being said, I would like to know biological age versus my chronological age. Yeah, I think my biological age, probably if I had to guess, would be about 38 right now. But yeah, mentally, chronologically I'm 51. Biologically, I hope I'm like 38. And mentally, I'm still 21. So I'm all over the spectrum. An obscure GTA 2 reference. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that one. General Grievous, the captain's ready room. Indeed. I should have done. Oh, fuck. I was going to do this live from the ready room. I should have done that shit. Although the chair in there is a lot less comfortable. So, and I thought about it earlier today. I'm like, I got to get the ready room ready so that I can just do my live from up there. But no, here I am. It's fine. Thomas Fan, 1928. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. What the fuck? Like, happy birthday to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying happy birthday. Same with Grant Johnson. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Oh my God. I'm just all kinds of stupid sometimes. General Grievous, who wants to bet Sam is lurking about with tea and crumpets at this hour like a proper Brit? This might be a little late for him. Sometimes he shows up to my 10 p.m. ones. But yeah, he's on a fucked up schedule. He's pretty much the same schedule as I am. I go to bed around 2:30, 3 o'clock. And he's usually going to bed a few hours earlier than that. So he's probably in bed already. And yeah, we generally wake up around the same time. He's kind of on East Coast time, so. Peter Lukaku, any plans for your birthday? Tomorrow, not really. I probably have to go get a haircut because look at my fucking hair. Come on. Get a haircut. Maybe cut the grass if the weather's nice because on the weekend we're having a party. Sylvia's also coming back from her trip tomorrow. She's been in Toronto since Monday. So she's coming back. I have to pick her up at the car rental place because her work got her a car rental instead of putting wear and tear on her vehicle, which is really nice of them. They paid for the hotel and everything. So I got to go pick her up in the late afternoon. So tomorrow, probably not much for my birthday. Play some Helldivers, chill out. I don't have a live tomorrow at 4 because I didn't want to do one. It's my birthday, and I can do that if I want. So not much tomorrow. Sylvia's mom and Sylvia's Oma are coming over tomorrow around noonish to give me their gifts for me, and they're going to visit for a little while. And then shortly after that, I'll be going to pick up Sylvia. And then the rest of the week, nothing. Saturday, I have a birthday party. Like all just family are coming, and we're also celebrating the birthday of my one granddaughter, Khaleesi, who's turning 5 or turning 6. 5 or 6, I can't fucking remember. So that's Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm having some friends come over to just kind of chill. Because this is also Wonderfest weekend. Like, if the shit wasn't going on with the US and the Canada relations, I'd be going to Wonderfest and I'd be leaving tomorrow. Thursday morning. I'd be leaving on the 29th. And then I'd be at Wonderfest all weekend until Monday. But unfortunately, I'm not going to Wonderfest this year because of all the bullshit going on with the border and the travel advisories and Canadians being detained or turned away and prohibited from entering the US for 5 years if they answer the question wrong of what we think of your president. So yeah, I don't want to do that, and as a result, not going to Wonderfest. So on Sunday, my friends are coming over that go to Wonderfest with me, and we're kind of having like a mini Canadian Wonderfest. We might do a more official one later in June, near the end of June, where we have more of the Wonderfest people come over because some of them can't make it this weekend. So we might have a quote unquote Canada Wonderfest at my house. We kind of did that. Um, well, last year actually, we did go to Wonderfest, but then later in June or July, we I think it would have been July or August. Anyway, Sam was over at the time because we had just gone to Vegas, so it would have been either before Vegas or after Vegas, so either July or August, yeah. Um, anyway, regardless, so we had already been to Wonderfest, but then we had like a mini Wonderfest here because we got all the Wonderfest guys together, and it was anyway. That's too much information. You probably didn't want to hear all of that, and I kind of just went into the weeds on that one, and I apologize. Cosmo, thank you so much. Generation Productions, the worst Trek wasn't Disco Enterprise, JJ Trek, TNG, or TNG. It was that SpongeBob crossover with the stupid starfish, USS Patrick Prize. Not a fan of the Starfish Enterprise, just saying. I thought that was funny as hell, and I would prefer to watch that over JJ Trek for sure, some of Disco, but yeah, I thought it was funny. And I'm not a SpongeBob SquarePants fan at all. Don't really know much about the franchise, so but I thought it was funny. I think they do good stuff on Strange New Worlds. General Grievous, hopefully things will get better and you can come and go normally. I totally agree. That would be amazing. But as of right now, it doesn't look that way. Hopefully next year's Wonderfest situation will be different and we can go over. I've never missed a Wonderfest except for COVID and COVID. So 2020 and 2021 had to miss because couldn't get there because they weren't allowing people across the border. Plus, there was just doing a convention. It's just plus Wonderfest was canceled in 2020, and then in 2021 it was kind of back, but like half the attendance. So the only reason I missed Wonderfest for the last 10, 11, 12 years, however long I've been going, is 2 years because of COVID. Never miss a Wonderfest, whether I can afford it or not. I never missed a fucking Wonderfest. And this year I'm missing because political bullshit. So it is all bullshit. It is all crap, you see. So that's my plans for the weekend. And on Friday, Friday as well. Sylvie's taking the day off Friday to get ready for the party on the Saturday. So on Friday, she has made reservations at the Keg, which is a steakhouse, and we're gonna go get some steak. She's gonna buy me a steak dinner, maybe steak and a blowjob. That's March 14th. But again, sorry, Captain Foley After Hours. I gotta be quiet. Anyway, TMI. I know. I apologize. 15 likes, 12 people here. If you haven't hit like yet, please hit that like button. People have been kind of coming and going. So if you're one of the people just tuning in and haven't hit like yet, please do so. I'd appreciate it. Curtis Rendon, happy birthday, Cap. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Arby's, we have the meats. I'm so hungry, I could eat at Arby's. Who says it and what show? Go. I like Arby's. I think it's good. I love the cheese sauce. I love the horsey sauce. The horseradish sauce, it's to die for. But the cheese that they put on it's just so fucking good. I don't know why Arby's gets such a bad rap. I don't know if it's worse in America, like if the food's just worse. But in Canada, fucking Arby's is good. Although no one really goes or mentions it. There's one near our house. We barely go. It's not really an option that we think of when we go to get food. It's a little out of the way. It's not like on the main strip where everything else is. So, but yeah, I fucking like Arby's. Generation Production says, okay, but how would a starfish star shape work? It might work for a space station or space dock, but I don't see how it would go to warp and fly through space like a starship. Why not? It's fucking space. The Borg cubes can do it, and they're fucking blocks, man. They're cubes. There's no wind resistance in space. The ship can be any shape it wants to be. It really doesn't matter. You just have to project the warp field around it. It doesn't matter what the shape ship is. Curtis, may the candies on your cake burn like the cities in your wake. From the Viking BJ George. Oh, nice. General Grievous, Simpsons. I totally didn't cheat. You cheated. Who said it, though? It was the kids. They're all stranded on an island with Otto. And yeah, I'm so hungry. I could eat at Arby's. Who said it, though? Which kid? Doesn't seem aerodynamic. There's no aerodynamics in space, man. There's no resistance to anything. And if a ship does go into the atmosphere, like the Enterprise has occasionally, I mean, it's got like lifters and like deflectors to keep it. I mean, in tomorrow was yesterday, when the Enterprise is in the atmosphere, it's like struggling to fucking get up out of the atmosphere after the slingshot thing. It was struggling. Then in Strange New Worlds, they just brought the Enterprise down and had it hover. I mean, you can do that. That's fine. Rick Sternbach has explained that to us, how that works. You can change the dynamics of your shields to make an airfoil to produce lift. So even if your ship is, even like the Voyager, like, is it aerodynamic? Yeah, kinda. But like, it doesn't matter. Whatever the ship is, you just change the shape of your leading edge of your shield bubble to create lift. So it's fine. But the Enterprise hovered. It's fine. It's fine. It's all future stuff. It's fine. Michael says, "Party like it's Captain Foley Day." I'm a role model. I hope not. I'm an Arby's junkie. There you go. It's because you old. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I just get the thing about don't say to people. It's fine. General Grievous. I mean, have you seen the wacky shapes of the ships in Disco? Shape doesn't matter. No, shape does not matter. A lot of the alien ships as well, just weird shapes. Borg Diamond, Borg Cube. It doesn't matter because it's space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the non-aerodynamic ships. Because fuck aerodynamics, there's no air. Generation Productions, yeah, thrusters and impulse could help as well. Yep. Kuryakin, did you watch Andor season 2? Not yet. I was waiting until it was finished. It's finished now. Me and Sylvia want to watch it. We just haven't had the time. Every time we've had a minute to sit down, we either don't think of it or watch something else. It will be watched soon. I've been really itching to watch it. So who knows? Maybe by next weekend I'll have it watched. Chris, hey, Chris is here. How's it going, Chris? Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Chris. Generation Productions. Okay, indeed. Will Trekyards cover the USS Patrick Prize then? Probably not, no. Can't see it happening. Maybe as a joke thing at some point, yes. But no. We didn't even talk about that little spot because just didn't think it was interesting enough. So. General Grievous, I've heard good stuff about the season, and it picks up a lot more than the first one. Oh yeah, I've heard fantastic stuff about it. So yeah, I mean, keep your eyes peeled. Maybe there will be something on the Patrick Prize as something. I don't know. Maybe next year's April Fool's episode. That's what it'll be. Who's to say? Smart Smears, happy birthday. You're well on your way to being as old as Talin. Thank you. What color of alert is TMI? That's a good question. I'd say gray alert. Because, it's kind of shady stuff you're talking about. And, older people talk about that kind of stuff. Well, I guess maybe not. Yeah, gray alert. I'd go with gray alert. Not doing anything. You're doing something. Let me know if this gets annoying for anybody. The Smart Smear says the TMI alert would be pink, like blushing. I almost said that, but I'm not blushing when I say this shit. I mean, the people listening might be blushing. I'm certainly not. I'm turning that. That's kind of annoying. I'm certainly not. So I thought about pink because one of my favorite sayings is love and kisses on all your pink bits or all your pink parts. So, I mean, I thought about pink. I really did. And then my mind drifted away. You probably saw the cogs turning, what it should be called. Pink was the first thing that came to my mind, but salmon color, salmon alert. I don't know. Salmon's a man color. Pink is not. General Grievous, why do I get the feeling you'll review the Patrick Prize before you review the Jaeger? LOL. No, I don't know about that. What we haven't done in fucking forever that we need to do back on Trekyards is do a scripted episode where we research the ship and talk about all of its features, everything it can do. Lately, we've just been doing like discussions on ships, which is fine. But I miss the edited, like the scripted content, because I had fun researching those and writing those scripts. And I think they're really good. If you go back to the early days of the channel, there's some really good episodes. Our delivery is not as good because we're newer to it, and our camera setups weren't as good, all that shit. But the information that's being relayed is fantastic. Trunks XV says hi. Hello. Kraken? Huh? Representing Seattle West Coast. Love for the captain. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Love your Superman logo. You are super, man. Ervik Sonder, the read alert was most annoying one until it was just darken the lights. Yeah. Read alert. That's kind of funny, though. Come on. That's a little funny. That's a little funny. Sorry, I just gotta. This chair's not super comfortable. I just need to put something under my one leg. There we go. General Grievous, what's the production process for scripted versus non-scripted videos? Non-scripted, we just go in, do it off the cuff, back and forth, talking about different aspects of the ship or different things we like, things we would change. Scripted is we pick a ship, I go in, research the hell out of it from both beta canon as well as non-canon sources, select all the most interesting bits, write a script, break it up into Stuart, Sam, or if we have a guest, Stuart, Sam, guest, Stuart, Sam, guest. And script it out, give it one or two like workovers to make sure it's good. And then we go to film, we do one read through of it without filming, which is generally our best read through, and we don't fuck it up. And then when we start filming, we just fuck everything up. And then we film and record it, and then Sam edits it together. Oh my God, edits it together with all the pictures and video that we need and the overlays, and then it gets released. Pretty simple. I can do a script in a day, a couple hours. So speaking of, I don't know, but Shelf by Shelf, the series on this channel where I go through all the shelves in here, just did shelf 12, which is up there. So we're starting to get into this stuff now. That'll be out on Friday. So shelf 12 is all that stuff up there and stuff beside the bookcase. And then we'll get to like that one. That one is chapter 13, which is already filmed, which will be released sometime soonish. So if you're a fan of the Shelf by Shelf series on this channel, first of all, thank you. I really enjoy doing it. A lot of people seem to like it, but it doesn't get the views that it could. So if you do like it, please make sure you hit like on it and comment. And if you're not aware of it, go check out my playlist for Shelf by Shelf and check out all the stuff in here. Because everybody asks what's behind me on the shelves. So I decided to do a series about it. So Joseph says, happy birthday. Thank you. Kraken, I actually really like the read alert. It's clever. The Lord of the Beans. Is this the Krusty Krab? No. No, it is not. Peter Lukaku, $10. Thank you so much. That is an awesome birthday super chat. I appreciate that immensely. If anybody else wants to super chat, please feel free. I will not complain. 19 of you here, 17 likes. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get those likes up to 20. Peter Lukaku throws in $10 and says, happy birthday, Captain. Usually I'd say take a small shot to warm the belly, but you're on meds. I'll set a little aside for the Trekyards episode. Yeah. I mean, I took meds this morning when I woke up, because that's when my back is the worst, and then some CBD gummies at the same time. And then at around 1:30, I took more. I haven't taken any yet tonight, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. And it's just kind of standard back medication. It's not anything like high powered, but so I could drink, but I just don't want to. Generation Productions. Okay, another question. With the refit USS Enterprise, why does it have a rainbow streak when going to warp? Is it the distortion of the lights in the warp bubble containing creating the rainbow effect? It just looks fucking cool. That's why. It's you're breaking the light barrier when you go to warp. So when you break the sound barrier in a jet, you see that cone of air around the plane. So they just figured, okay, in TOS we never saw it go to warp. We never saw that warp effect, what it would look like. So in the motion picture, that's why the lights streak and then the ship, and that breaking of the light barrier creates a prism effect, which a prism is every color in the spectrum, right? So that's why they did it. It's as simple as that. You're breaking the light barrier, so that's the effect. Hope that helps. General Grievous says, I'm beside myself with excitement. Badoomch. What is that in reference to? General Grievous, you're an enigma. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about half the time. My shelf, Captain. You're talking about your shelf? Well, you shouldn't talk about your shelf. I talk to my shelf all the time. It's the only way to have an intelligent conversation around here. Anyway. So yeah, look for that episode on Friday if you're interested in the Shelf by Shelf series. If you're not, if you haven't checked them out, go check them out on this channel. I'd really appreciate it. I've got some really interesting, cool stuff, and I try to cover it all in an interesting and creative way. So check it out. And yeah, I look forward to episode 12 coming out this Friday. I got a lot of good videos lined up in the next couple months. So, and every Friday, I got a video out on this channel. So be sure to check those out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon. Like the video. We are at 18 likes. Sorry, 19 likes on this video. I need one more like to get to 20. And one of you out there, you perhaps haven't hit like yet, so please do. Me, my shelf, and I. Yep, I knew what you're referring to. Don't worry, I'm not dumb. It might look dumb, it might sound dumb, but I'm not dumb. Not done by any stretch of the imagination. Sorry, I'm tricordering. It's fine. Oh, we got an alert. Normal function. No, I don't. I thought we did. Ow. The lithium crystals and the shield status are lower than they were the last time I showed you guys. So those have gone down slightly, but it's all systems, normal function, diagnostic result, critical systems, nominal, it's still fine. I just love the random alerts that pop up on this thing. Okay. Aravic Cylinder, the prism effect was in TNG as well when they were at warp. Yes, the stars streaking by, the ones closest to them had the prism effect. Yeah. Terrence Childs, hi Captain Foley. Did you hear that the king was in Canada? No, I didn't actually. Don't give much of a shit. Eric Sonder, the tail end of the stars were rainbow colored. Yes, yes, they were. So yeah, this has been a fun live so far. How much longer should I go? Are you guys interested? Do you want to hang out? What's going on? Any favorite Trek props from any Trek show or movies, Captain? I have the TOS phaser rifle, which I've wanted my entire life. Finally got one a few years ago. Made a video on it, so check that out as well. It's in the other room. It's one of my favorite props. Also the Star Trek 6 assault phaser. Love that. And the Star Trek 3 phaser as well. All the One Company stuff is great. Other props, though. Other props, I don't know. I mean, I've got a Star Trek. Is it New Voyages? Or Phase 2, or Continues? I can't remember. But I've got the Scott Nakata. I think it's Star Trek Continues phaser. Is this one working? Oh, there we go. I think this is when I think I gotta replace the battery or get fixed by Scott. Scott Nakata, prop maker, made these for a fan production. Star Trek Continues is what Star Trek Continues, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. It's got so yeah. It's a thing what I own. I don't know if it's one of my favorite props though. I'm not big into props necessarily. Ship models and stuff, yes. But JM throws in $5. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Happy birthday, Captain. Your captain's logs bring me comfort when I'm down. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad I can improve someone's day. What do you want, precious? Okay, relax. Relax. I got a pug wanting attention. Do you want to... Here, come here. Want to come up? Want to come up? Want to come up on my lap? Want to come up? You're a little fat for that, but oh well. Just go lay down. Go lay down. I'll be done soon. Don't worry. You just want my attention. Peter Lukaku, I always wondered how they managed to create the spectrum effect on the warp streaks. I'm not quite sure how that effect was created, honestly. General Grievous, do you think it's possible for the cell class, the Kali class, oh my god, to operate in atmosphere for certain jobs? I know it's not meant for landing. I mean, yeah, probably all starships are. I mean, like we saw in Strange New Worlds, they brought the Enterprise right down to above the city and had it hover. I always thought that was kind of stupid. I don't think ships like the Enterprise should be going into atmosphere. And when they do, it's a saucer separation, and it's a controlled crash essentially to land the saucer. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Cali class should be able to, but they're kind of hit and miss with how that works. It's a pretty big ship, the Cali class too. So I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that would be my first choice. Like using its heavy tractor beams to stabilize natural disasters or landslides or tsunamis. Sure, maybe. Yeah, I mean, Enterprise in TNG did a lot of that stuff from orbit with phasers or specific modifications to the phaser beams or tractor beams. So, Peter Lukaku, did you ever get around to getting your TNG tricorder fixed? I remember you had a problem with the connection on the flip. Yeah, Eric Martin, one of our viewers, and he's on here sometimes, and a friend of mine, he actually figured out a way to fix it. He's still got it. He hasn't returned it to me, but he's figured out a way to get like a specific kind of wire to put through the hinges to get it to work. Because yeah, it was just a problem with the wire that was going through the hinges. And I have two of those TNG tricorders. They both have the same problem. So he's got one, I've got the other one. When he fixes the first one, I'll get it back clearly, and then I'll give him the other one to fix if he wants to. It wasn't exactly easy to figure it out. He's pretty smart with that kind of stuff, and yeah, he's just. Problem is, I gave it to him, and then months later, he had a heart attack, and was in the hospital for a while, and then has been recovering since. So he's just at the point now where he's kind of coming off a lot of the medication that makes him so tired. So he'll get around to doing it. I don't want to rush him or anything. So yes is the answer. 100%. Terrence Childs, have you seen the new G.I. Joe and Transformers comic books? I don't know what you mean by new. I've kind of seen the IDW Transformers stuff. I've got some of them back there, like the collected works. IDW does good stuff. Don't know if I've seen any of the most recent ones now, either G.I. Joe or Transformers. So, Curtis says, I always love to have Dr. McCoy tricorder. I love the effects on that one, Captain. Yeah, it's another thing they missed out on with this one. There's no medical display. They should have a medical display on here. They don't have one. But it's got a USB upgrade thing, so there's a USB update option. There's also a little SD card slot, micro SD right there. So you'd be able to upgrade this, which they might do. So I wish it had a medical display thing, like a bioscan or something. That would be great. That's one of the things that is missing, in my opinion. Michael Morissette, I just saw that Voyager tricorder video. Yeah, it's a Voyager one. It's not a TNG one. You're correct, but it's such a good tricorder. It's so cool. Not as cool as functional as this one, but also cooler in a way because it's made of metal. It has a good heft to it, and the ratcheting sound of as it clicks open is really cool. Did it come with the case strap? Yeah, it did. Came with the strap. Also comes with a leather case as well, that you can store it in, and a display stand. So I would say, Aravic, go check out my video on it. I did a video, like a complete overview of the tricorder, all of its functionality and stuff. That was released last Friday. So, Jordan Star Wars, happy birthday, brother. I hope you have a terrific day. God bless. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. May the force be with you. Live long, and may the force be with you. Prosper as well, maybe. Noise. Michael Morissette. I am a Trek prop replica guy, Captain. Oh, yeah. That's fair. A lot of people are. And I do have some cool stuff. Actually, that's one I didn't mention. I have an original, not original, but a TOS Klingon Disruptor, which is really cool. I really like that one. I got the little earpiece that's made of aluminum. It's actually in my tricorder video because I have it in my ear at the beginning of the video. But yeah, the Klingon disruptor is quite heavy. It's got some aluminum parts on it, and it's really cool looking. I really like the design of that one. So that's one of my favorites, I gotta say. It took me forever to get that one. It was quite nice. And yeah, I actually held the one that was an actual screen used one when we were in Ticonderoga one year. This guy is like comes up to us, me and Sam, and he's like, "Are you the Trekyards guys?" And we're like, "Yeah." Just want to see something cool? Like, sure. Come to my car. I want to show you something in the trunk. And we're like, "Are you gonna fucking die?" Go out, and he's got the Klingon disruptor, which sold at auction for $35,000. It was owned by Matt Jeffries for years. So not only did I hold a screen used disruptor, it was owned by Matt Jeffries. $35,000. He hands it to me. I almost dropped the thing in the fucking parking lot. $35,000 prop. Anyway, I got pictures of me shooting it. I've got pictures of I did a video on it. There's a video on the channel about it as well. So check that out also. But yeah, it was really cool to see that. And that kind of gave me the itch. I've always liked the way they looked. But to actually hold one, I'm like, this is fucking cool. This is something that I want to be able to have. And I finally found a guy that did one. Guy Wakefield is his name. He made it for me. And I really appreciated that. So see if I can find a picture of it. I should be able to. Hold on a second here. Picture of me with it. Maybe if I go. So yeah, in response to your question, I think the TOS. Oh, there's one. I've removed the background on this one, so I could add like an alien background. But that's me holding the original $35,000 screen used Klingon disruptor. Me with my fancy VIP wrist thing on. That's VIP. I'm a very important plebe. That's what that is. There's. I want to get the original picture of it of that though. It's me in the parking lot. Where the fuck is that? There it is. There's me. There's me firing it. Oh, pretending to fire it. There's me holding it with the parking lot background. And there's another shot of me. And I've got one of them in the next room, which I can go get if you want. But yeah, that one was special. It was owned by Matt Jeffries in his personal collection for years, and then sold at auction for $35,000. Terrence says, I have a serious question for you, Captain. Do you know what the King of England does anyway? Do you guys have a prime minister in most of the country that he rules? Does he not? What does he do? I don't fucking know. I don't really give a shit. I don't care about politics. I don't know what the prime minister does. And no, the king does not rule us. That's not how that works. DGR Blue, hey! Deej, how's it going? Happy birthday. Thank you. Hezraz, happy birthday. Thank you. Michael Morissette, those Klingon disruptors were large. Yeah. General Grievous, I love the 60s ray gun aesthetic of the TOS Klingon disruptor. It just looks chef's kiss. It's great. Also looks like a very nice condition. It was. It had a few chips and things on it and a few cracks in the varnish on the handle. But yeah, mine's in excellent shape. Hold on, I'll go get it. if it's up here. I don't know if it's up here. Just bear with me a moment. I think it's in the ready room. Don't look at my ass. Found it. Here it is here. This is my replica. Little thumb slot. Not a trigger, it's just like a very ergonomic. It's got those things. This is just a piston. This is just a piston from a small motor. And it's got, this is aluminum. This is all aluminum. This part up here is aluminum. This part has like silver tape on it. And then there's like a wood handle. So yeah, it's one of my favorite props right there. And like I said, the TOS rifle, phaser rifle, which I also have in the other room. Also looks, yes. Eric Sonder, I would like a desktop computer like in TNG. They made one that was a piggy bank. Yeah, I remember that. Stuart knows I rule over Canada. Sure. Or an Elcar's pad. I am the cybernetic overlord of maple syrup and wild moose. Sure, sure you are. That looks fantastic. Yes, thank you. So it's one of my favorites. Like I said, it took me forever to get this, and I think Guy Wakefield did a really good job. One of these broke off. I had to fix it. It's quite heavily like glued in there, but that's fine. So that's one of my favorites. I'm gonna go grab the TOS phaser rifle. Oh, stop looking at my ass. We got a bad motherfucker in the house. So yeah, here's my TOS phaser rifle. Like I said, I did a complete video on this if you want to check it out. All the parts are magnetized on for easy travel. You just magnetize. It's got, now the one thing it doesn't have, these cylinders are supposed to rotate. I mean, these turn, but all three are supposed to rotate. It doesn't do that, unfortunately. There's the handle. Like I said, I did a video on it. Go watch the video. I'll show you all the close-ups and details. So a slider here. And then a swivel thing at the back, which makes it easy to just like, or you can turn it sideways and prop it on your shoulder. Gotta remember, this is a phaser rifle. There's no recoil. So you don't need a buttstock. You don't need to have a buttstock for a phaser rifle. You can use it like this if you really want to, but you don't have to, because there's no recoil on it. So it doesn't make sense. And yes, this did spin on the original prop as well. So yeah, that's one of my favorite ones right there too. I'm gonna go put this back up. Oh, actually, you want to know my favorite prop? Oh my God, hold on a second. Hold on a second. One of my favorite props from Star Trek is in this room. It's in my hand right now. Not only is it one of my favorite props, but it is a screen used prop from Enterprise. This is the compass that, let's see, hold on, I gotta open it. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. This is the compass that T'Pol, so Jolene Balak, hands to Archer as a gift. I forget the name of the episode offhand. I have it all written down. This was sent to me by a friend of mine, a friend of the channel, sorry, that his friend worked for an auction house. They scooped this up. There was two of them. There was two screen use props. This was the one that was actually handed in a close-up to Archer on screen. So you can match this to the screen use one. On the bottom, it does say it's from Enterprise. And it's a real antique compass. So yeah, that is probably my favorite one just because it's screen used, which is hella cool. And yeah, I can't remember the name of the episode. Let me do a quick search. Where's my Googles? Okay, hold on. So yeah, here's the actual picture of it from the show. As you can see, it's there. This is the actual shot from the show. Was there? Shit. There we go. Oh my God. So I got a whole history of it with, I haven't made a video about this yet. I was going to when I got it. But, so yeah, Jonathan Archer gave it to T'Pol. Gave his first officer T'Pol an antique compass from the early 20th century as a present for her first official day of duty aboard the Enterprise in 2154. Upon giving it to T'Pol, Archer told her should keep her pointed in the right direction. The episode is Enterprise Borderlands. Or Borderland. But yeah, that's what this is. So Archer gave it to T'Pol. I thought it was T'Pol gave it to Archer, but no. It's the other way around. Yeah, I had it all written out. He gave me all the details of the auction and its history, and I had it all written out. I had it ready for a video. I still got the folder downstairs on my computer. I should probably still make a video about it. But yeah, that's a really cool prop. So there you go. It's a screen used prop, which is even more fantastic. All right. Do you have any Klingon swords? Yeah, I have a batleth in the other room. So he machined it by hand. Guy Wakefield? Yeah, he did. Terrence Childs, why do you think that would win in a... Who do you think would win in a fight? The Decepticon warship Nemesis against a Sovereign class starship? It's a very good question. Probably the Sovereign, just because phasers are probably more powerful than the lasers that the Decepticons are using. But the Nemesis would be a big ship, so who knows? Curtis says he loves TOS props. Yes, as do I. Hezraz, it is largely symbolic. If you Google it and can't find an answer, but no politics. Back to Captain Foley's cool stuff. Okay. General Grievous shared a link for the TOS phaser rifle. Awesome. Did you share a link, as you should be doing as a moderator, for the Klingon disruptor? Probably not. Maybe I can share the link. Klingon disruptor. I've done a few videos here. Where's my screen use one? There it is right there. Copy link. Share copy link. Here's the link for the disruptor for the screen use one. You get to see some video of it and stuff. So I'll put that in there right now. There you go. The TOS Klingon disruptor. Funny, I don't recall Klingons ever using it, but it's in a holster. I could be wrong, but did they ever use it in TOS? No, they had it on their belts. And also, it was also the Romulan disruptor, but the head was different. Instead of that piston type head, it was more like a bulbous head. But other than that, it was exactly the same. And the only time you see that one as a Romulan one is in the Enterprise incident. But it's the exact same disruptor, just with a different head. General Grievous says, I like big butt stocks, and I cannot lie. Looks even more badass up close. Awesome. Nice. Compass, cool, perfect for a quantum leap, as it were. Yeah. Happy birthday, Cap, says Robert Hoffman. Thank you so much, Robert. Terrence Childs, tell me you didn't take that thing out of the box, because then you make it worthless. Which thing? Michael Skyros, happy birthday, Captain. How does the compass compare to Kirk's eyeglasses? I mean, I would love to have the Kirk screen use eyeglasses. The fact that Archer was holding this, I think, is fucking phenomenal. So, I mean, Kirk's glasses would probably be more iconic to have, but this is also cool. It's a functional compass. It's a real antique compass. So not only do I have an antique compass, but I've got a screen use Star Trek prop, or like screen use, yeah, prop. So it's fucking great, honestly. That's all sort of awesome. Terrence Childs, I found where I can get a 3D chessboard from the $64. For $64, I'm considering it. Get it. 3D chess is fun. If you can figure out how to play, there are a couple different rules, actually, a couple different versions of rules. And me and my brother have played 3D chess quite a few times. It's actually pretty interesting. Urs says, happy birthday, Cap. Was watching Farscape. Happy birthday. I mean, thank you. Anyway, General Grievous, was the in-universe reason for the Klingon and Romulan disruptor looking almost the same as being part of the same technology trade that gave the Klingon cloaking tech and Romulans battlecruisers? Yes, probably, because the Enterprise incident happened after that exchange, because that was the Klingon Romulan technology exchange of 2267. 2267. We've done a video on that on Trekyards. They talk about all of the technology that was. So yeah, that would make sense, because the Enterprise incident came out in season 3, which was 2000 or 2268, because they were already using Romulan ships at that point. So yeah, absolutely, that could be the reason. They just modified the head of it to be more powerful, or a different beam of sorts. So yeah, I'm gonna go put this compass back. It's with my Sherlock Holmes stuff, so it's kind of triply cool. Stop looking at my ass and the way I'm standing, because I got a sore back. So don't make fun of me, or I'll kick you in the teeth. Got the vid for that treaty. About time you're doing your job. I'll have to tell FleetPod that you're getting better. Terrence Childs, I watched your video on Federation replicator technology, like food replicators and equipment replicators. I never knew they were the same thing. Yes. There are different grades of replicators, so just like there are different grades of transporters. There are biological transporters and there are cargo transporters. Watch our transporter video. We've covered a lot of Star Trek stuff. Robert Westphal, hey there, Mon Capitan. How was your birthday going so far? So far, so good. I'm hanging out with some really cool people on here. There's 16 of you. You're all fantastic. But yeah, the Romulan Klingon Alliance of 2267 TOS. Fantastic video. That's an example of one of our scripted ones. I had so much fun researching that from all of the different sources that I have. It was so fun. It was such a great episode to film as well. Love getting that kind of information out to people. Not a lot of people are aware of that kind of stuff, so I think it's really great. So go watch it. Let me know your thoughts. We have 30 likes, which is fantastic. We haven't had more than over like 15 people here at one time. So I appreciate all you guys that have hit like. If you haven't hit like yet, please do so. The more likes, the better. Nick T, happy birthday. Have you ever thought about running a Trek ship design challenge or a kit bash model challenge like Wonderfest, where you choose a kit that has to be used as the core build? Oh, like Iron Modeler? Thought about it. Thought about a Starship design contest. We have since Trekyards started. It would just be so hard to organize, and I don't have the time or the desire to keep track of everything. Sam certainly doesn't. If we had more help and we had people that could do that kind of thing and actually make it work, yes. We tried doing one kind of a few years after we started in conjunction with a model group on Facebook where it was taking like a World War II vehicle, such as like a P-51 Mustang, and Star Trekifying it by putting like Star Trek decals on it and having it look like a Starfleet ship. Got like 6 entries. It wasn't that great. It didn't really resonate with anybody, so it kind of felt like a failure. But yeah, that was a thing that's been talked about and poorly executed. So yes, but I like the Iron Modeler type idea. General gave us part 1 of the transporters and part 2 on transporters. Thank you. See, now you're earning your pay. What's the other one I talked about that you probably missed? There was another video I referenced. But even I can't remember it, so it's not important. Kevin says, happy birthday, Captain. Thank you very much, Kevin. Live long and prosper. Thank you. Good. Thank you for being here. Hit like while you're here. 32 likes right now, which is awesome. I've got a few super chats in as well. I really appreciate everyone that super chats. If you want to send me $1, $5 for my birthday, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to, of course. I never expect that kind of stuff here. But I appreciate everyone that has done it. So if you feel generous and you're able to, please consider doing so. It does help us out immensely here. It all goes towards the channel and making these videos for you guys. So yeah. General Grievous, you did one on transporter gates in Picard. Unfortunately, yes. Because we were talking about new technology. Those are fucking stupid too. If they're pre-programmed to go to a certain destination, they're kind of cool. But what if they're not? Because they're just lined up. Like, where are those going? Like, which are you stepping into the right one? Yeah. When there's a new show, new Star Trek show, and there's new technology shown or any technology shown, we do comparisons, we do breakdowns on it, we talk about it, we talk about how viable it is, whether it fits in canon. That's what we do on Trekyards. So yes, we did. Don't share that link. Nobody cares. It's Picard. Robert Westphal, my own 38th is coming in a tad more than a month from now. By the way, what is your take on the folly of all ships having a central control center that is always a glaring target for the enemy? This is a stupid argument. All right. There's certain design rules for Star Trek ships. One of the design rules is the bridge has to be on top of the ship so that you can relate to how big the interior set is according to the ship. So you get a sense of scale for the ship. Ships like the Federation class, which is a dreadnought, the bridge module is actually right in the center of the saucer. And it doesn't matter where the fuck your bridge is. your bridge is only as safe as your technology allows. If the shields go down, people are going to be cutting through you with phaser beams and get to your bridge anyway. So it doesn't really matter where the fuck the bridge is. I don't have a problem with it on top. I don't think it's a glaring oversight or a problem. I think it's cool design. I can see why people think it's a problem. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a glaring target, really. Anything's a glaring target. The neck, the struts, the thinnest parts of the vessel, the Bizarre collectors, blow those up. Hit the warp coils. Everything's shielded to the degree that it can be shielded, but it's all still very accessible to weapons fire. It's made very clear in Star Trek Beyond when Krill or whatever the fuck his name was says slit their throat. And the swarm ships just cut off the nacelles, just cut off the fucking struts, and just hammer through the neck and just literally slit its throat. I cheered in the theater. I was like, yes! I fucking hate that Enterprise. So you're only as strong as your defenses. So if your shields go down, you're fucked. The neck is always more of a weak spot and a problem to me than anything, especially in the TOS Enterprise. But as you know, Doug Drexler says, I mean, it's futuristic technology, it's futuristic materials. You got a structural integrity field, so even if your shields go down, you still got the structural field around the ship to hold things in place. So that takes damage as well. And then the hull material is a certain tritanium or whatever the fuck they call it. It's fine. It doesn't matter where your bridge is. And most enemies can scan your ship, kind of get a sense of the overlay of the ship and know where your bridge is regardless. So it being on top isn't really, it's kind of a moot point. I don't know. It's an argument that pisses me off because no matter where you do it, it's going to be a target. So General Grievous, I just don't want to see automatons or AI take over of the Federation fleet trope used anymore for a while. It's been done to death. It has been, yeah. With the Texas class and then the whole Picard thing, yeah. Terrence Childs, have you seen the new Mission Impossible movie yet? No, and I probably won't. I've never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. No. Generation Productions. Well, also, the bridge was reinforced with reinforced hull plating, deflector screens, and shields protected the bridge as well. Yes, there are special deflector screens around the bridge as well. Yes, absolutely. And the living construct in Prodigy. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Link all the ships together so fleet responses will be fast. What the fuck are you talking? Why? That's stupid. And Shelby would have never agreed to that in Picard. Shelby was so anti-Borg. Like, there's no way that she would approve that idea. Let's link all our ships together and make it easier for the Borg to take over our entire fucking fleet, okay, guys? Yeah, let's do that. She never would have agreed to that. She would have fought that tooth and nail. At least the old Shelby from Best of Both Worlds would have. Who knows what she's like now that she's an admiral. But she seems to have gotten a little lackadaisical. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I should probably get going. It is rather late for me. It's 1:30 right now. I still want to watch some YouTube and chillax and you know, kind of hang out before I go to bed. I'll probably be going to bed in like an hour and a half or so. But I'd like to thank all you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me for my birthday. The first people to hang out with me for my birthday this year. You guys are awesome. And Dan from Generation Productions, he was here at the very beginning, but he's in Australia. So he's got, I don't know what time it is over there. I think there's 15-hour difference. So I don't do math well. So I don't know. What time is it over there, Mr. Wolf? But thank you, Dan, for being here since the beginning. Appreciate it. General Grievous, who knows? Maybe she was a changeling. Possibly. That's another thing that gets old really rather quickly. The real Shelby is on ice, like Kirk. Robert Westphal, personally, I prefer a spherical gyroscopic bridge design that is embedded deeper into the interior of the ship, I even have a design for a rocket type ship with that design. Cool. Yeah. Even the Daedalus class ships didn't have the bridge in the center of the sphere, which would have made the most sense, honestly. But being late, but happy birthday, Cap. Thank you, Raven. Appreciate that. So it's 3:05 p.m. on the 28th of May. You're already in the afternoon. You're already like in the fucking future. That's cool, man. That's cool. I want to visit Australia one day. Happy birthday, Captain. Thank you, Terrence. Raven Hunt. Oh, damn. So early I can't write. Happy birthday, Captain. It is. I got the gist of it. I'm dyslexic, so I read it fine the first time. You didn't need to correct yourself because I wouldn't have known you made a mistake. I was dyslexic. I saw Captain. It's all good. It's all good. But now looking at it, it's way wrong. Capatin. Captain. Tin, not 10. See, you shouldn't have pointed out your mistake. Anyway, thank you, Raven. Appreciate it. You're awesome. Would you rather be on an Oberth or Miranda class ship? Both tend to blow up. Probably Miranda. Got more of a fighting chance. So, anyway, thank you guys for being with me on my birthday. We will be doing a birthday Drunkyards at some point over on Trekyards, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, this Friday is the continuation of my Shelf by Shelf series, so you get to see some more stuff on the shelves here, and that's on the personal channel. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. This one, the personal channel, which is this one, and the Trekyards channel. And I'll see you guys in the future. Now that I'm 51, over half a century old. Fewer days ahead than there are behind, I think. And that's a sad thought. Oh, well. Anyway, think young. It's the best way to stay young. Have a good night and day later on. Thank you, Raven. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the future. Take care, everybody. Bye.